everyone. So last week, as part of our Valentine's Day crafts, we put out these kits, and you can make your own hand heart warmers. We do still have some available. They are outside the library if you didn't pick one up yet and you would like to. So I'm going to show you how to actually create the heart warmer. So the directions are in here. So you can always read those as well. But you would have in the kit, you have the directions, you have 2 felt hearts that are already cut out, and you have some rice. If you are doing this at home and you do not get a kit, so you're going to cut out 2 hearts out of felt, about 3 inches, 3-inch hearts, and then you're going to use some dried rice or dried beans. You could also, what else can you put in there? It's really rice and beans are the most common things. But if you think of something else you want to put in it, you could. You could also add essential oil if you wanted to the rice, so it'll smell nice when you heat it up. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to line up your 2 hearts, and you can either hand sew this or machine sew it. Either way, you're going to start at the one side of the heart, and you're going to sew almost all the way around, but you're going to want to leave an opening big enough to put the rice or beans in. Okay, so I'm just going to start right here. I happen to have a blue thread that was similar in color to the heart. It doesn't have to be the same color if you don't have the same color. You can also purposely do contrast in color. It's up to you. And you're just going to stitch right around the edge and stay close to the edge, but it doesn't have to be all the way on the edge. You can see I'm doing it a tiny bit in, and let me pause a minute because that's my dog barking and I think she wants to go out, so hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so while I was waiting for my dog to decide to come back in, I sewed up the majority of my heart. So you can see I did really small stitches really close together because you don't want the rice to go through. Now, at this point, I left just the top part of my heart unsewn. You have 2 options. You can either leave your heart as is, just like this, and your stitches will be seen, up to you, or you can flip it inside out, which takes just a little bit, but okay, so like if you flip yours inside out, you won't see as many of the stitches. Obviously you will still see the stitches on this part of the heart, and not on the others, or you can leave it flipped. If you flip it inside out, it also becomes a little bit smaller, and notice that this side will then be a little bit bigger. So up to you what you want to do. I'm going to let my stitches show because I don't really care. They're not super perfect, but that's okay. Especially the first stitch I showed you, I made too much big of a gap, and so I just went right back through and re-sewed it. But just so you know, those are your 2 options. Okay, so now you're going to take your beans or your rice. Like I said, I have rice, and if you picked up the kit from the library, you also have rice. I provided everybody with rice. And you're going to, actually, I'm going to take my directions and make a funnel. Because I just know I'm going to make a mess with the bag if I try to do it with the bag. So, just going to make a funnel. And you're going to pour rice into your heart. Again, let's hope I don't make a giant mess, which I have a feeling I probably will because that is my luck recently. Okay, I apparently can't even pour it from the bag at the moment. So, I'm going to do it this way. And you're going to want to fill up the heart with the rice, or like I said, if you have beans, you could do that. You could add essential oil to it. And I'm making a giant mess, as usual. Make sure that the rice is filled in all the spots. Okay. If you're not flipping it inside out, you can also sew a little bit more of it up. So I've gotten most of my rice in. So I'm just going to stitch some more to make a smaller hole so I can finish filling up this little piece of the heart. If you did flip yours inside out, you're doing these steps are the exact same for you at this point. Again, if you use the machine, then that's fine. You will have to hand sew this little bit though. So again, keep giving yourself a little bit of an edge. Small, close together stitches because you don't want the rice to come out. There we go. Almost all the way around at this point, so since I have it mostly filled. And you can see I just did a different type of stitch there. Accidentally, you could also do that type of stitch where you bring it around the edge. I don't know if you can see that, but I didn't mean to do that because I wanted my stitches to match. So let's see if I can actually pull that out without ruining everything. Okay, I wasn't able to fully get it out, but that's alright. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means. So now that I've gotten more of it sewn together, I can add a little bit more of my rice to fill up this last piece of the heart. I gave you more than enough rice. As you can see, you don't need a ton of rice. So then you're just going to finish sewing this up. And once it's all done, you can reuse this as a warmer for your hands, keep your hands warm. You could also put them in your boots and keep your feet warm. So there's lots of options for you. And all you're going to do to heat this up is you're going to put it in the microwave for about 15 to 20 seconds. And the rice, or if you choose to do beans, inside will get warm, and it will stay warm for a while. Probably, I'm going to say probably about 20 minutes or so. So, again, now I have an even smaller hole. If you think you want to add more, go ahead. You can keep adding rice until you're happy with it. You don't want to overfill it, that it gets stuffed though. You do want to leave a little room. So I think I'll get a couple more grains in. Perfect. I'm going to finish sewing this up. Again, I'm doing very small, close stitches so that the rice doesn't come through. Almost there. You can always go around a second time if you wanted to ensure that your stitches are all in there. It's up to you. You just want to make sure that you've stitched all the way around. If you decide you want to go around and do that other type of stitch where it goes around the edges, go right ahead. Okay, so now my heart is fully sewn, so I'm just gonna knot this so I can cut off my string. I've always made way more knots and things than necessary when sewing just because I'm always afraid that it's gonna come out. So I usually do 3 or 4 knots, again, just to ensure that it's going to stay in. And then once you're comfortable with it being totally sealed, kind of shake it, make sure no rice is falling out. You can cut off your excess string. And there you go. There's your little heart hand warmer. You can see it fits nicely in the palm of your hand, and you can hold it and it can help keep your hands warm when it's cold. So I hope you enjoy making your heart and that you have a great day. Bye.